Okay, Thursday night game, Steelers at the Browns. We both like the Steelers here, so maybe we're being optimistic. But the Steelers have historically owned the Browns, especially when they have inferior quarterback play.
Yes.
Now, I like Jacoby Brissett as a backup, but is he long-term? Is he someone that I think can beat Pittsburgh? No. I think Tomlin has owned average to below-average quarterbacks, and I think that's going to continue here. I think Jacoby is not going to be able to make enough throws down the field. I worry a little bit about our running game, being able to stop Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. But we'll see how it goes. I wouldn't be surprised if Jacoby Brissett drops back like 17 times and they just run the ball a lot. I think Mitch makes one throw that Jacoby doesn't, and I'll take the Steelers by like a field goal.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those really tight games just because, I don't feel great with the Steelers having TJ Watt out. That's a big piece to be missing, especially in a divisional game like this against the Browns. That's kind of somebody you want to have. But no, I do see the Browns just making a few more mistakes than the Steelers do, and that's really what it's all going to come down to in the end here.
All right, Ravens at the Patriots. We both like the Ravens here. To be honest, Lamar's just too dynamic. There's just not enough playmakers on New England. If they're going to win, they're going to have to win, kind of like we saw this past week against the Steelers. Grind out a victory by just running the football, keeping Mac Jones safe because he's so limited.
Yeah.
Like, he's really not a good quarterback, and so you have to kind of just run the football and just cling to any lead that you can get. And I think the Ravens are a 30-plus a game type of team. And I don't think the New England Patriots can keep up. I think the Ravens win by more than a touchdown probably. We both like the Ravens here.
Yeah, Lamar is special, and he is going to tear apart Bill Belichick's defense.
We got the Saints at the Panthers. I think we both like the Saints here. The Panthers are fine. And not saying I like to bet on Jameis, but I'm definitely not betting on Baker. I think Matt Rule's seat is cooking hot, and for that reason, there's going to be a lot of tension. Their defense, their secondary has been kind of shaky. I'll go with the Saints here.
Yeah, I'm going Saints.
I don't feel great about it because I don't think the Saints are very good either, especially with Jameis at the helm. But at least their defense is really stout, and I think that's going to kind of take them to victory.
That's what when I was thinking about the decision, they were kind of even offensively. They're not the greatest, most powerhouse of teams, but I do see the Saints maybe even scoring a defensive touchdown. They're really elite. And
Baker does like to throw pick sixes.
Against an inferior offense in the Panthers with a Baker Mayfield at quarterback. It just kind of makes sense.
All right, let's go Raiders at the Titans. At least the Raiders have shown me flashes. The Titans have just shown me that they can lose to, and let's be honest, the Giants. We don't mind the Giants roster for their division, but overall, it's not a good roster.
It's not like it stacks up like playoff caliber teams in the NFC.
I think Tennessee's got a better top-to-bottom roster.
I'd agree, yeah.
But they lost, right? And then they got waxed by Buffalo, which I think is going to be a common theme. But still, you got to be at least competitive. The Raiders, I at least see some flashes.
And I like Derek Carr a lot,
I like Derek Carr better than Ryan Tannehill as well.
And I think at some point, Derek Carr and Devontae Adams are really going to start to mesh and figure things out. Like you ranted on today, people need to slow down with their reactions. Just because they haven't become the number one duo in the league yet doesn't mean they won't.
Right.
It's been 2 weeks of football, so let's give all of the offenses time to gel. This is the sport's going to look completely different in a month.
God, it's going to be unbelievable.
It's so much more clean.
I'll give you a hint. There's going to be a last place team that's vying for first, and there's going to be a first place team right now that loses 3 straight within the next month and a half.
Yes.
It just is what it is. All right, Eagles at the Commanders. We both like Philly here pretty convincingly. They're a much better football team. I think they're going to be able to run all over Washington. I think their run defense is a little bit shaky, and I'm not sure they can match up, especially when you get down to, right, you got to match up with A.J. Brown. Big, physical, fast. Dallas Goedert is a plus tight end. Devontae Smith can take the top off defense. Once you get down to your third defender, who's guarding Devontae Smith, right? Who's guarding Dallas Goedert, right? Nobody. And so I think with play-action reads, the Eagles are going to be really effective. Carson Wentz is probably going to make a couple throws that you're like, what are you doing? Eagles win. Eagles, yeah. All right, Lions at the Vikings. We both like the Vikings here, but you definitely have to give some respect to the Lions.
I would
right?
say
it's
at least
close.
I would throw a potential upset alert on this one.
Absolutely.
This is my one of the week where I'm going to put some money on the Lions at least. I think.
Just to see how it goes.
Just in case, right. Because it's one of those ones that it's going to be so close.
Right. No, I agree. And that's an over to watch as well. 53.5.
That's going to be a lot of points.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a 34-30 type of game. Right. It's going to be a lot of points.
Unless the Lions pass rush just absolutely takes Kirk Cousins and that entire offense out of the game.
It's possible.
That's the only other outcome.
Right, but I still think even then they're at least going to get 25.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We both like the Vikings there, but narrowly, and I think the Lions are going to look really good. All right, Packers at the Bucks. First, more split on here. You're going to take the Packers going to Tampa and winning. I'll take the Bucks. At the end of the day, I'm going to bet on Brady. I heard a quote. John Middlecoff said, I like every game that I'm going into, especially if Aaron Rodgers is my quarterback, especially in the playoffs. And I go, you're out of your mind. Now, I know this isn't the playoffs, but my point is that I will not trust Aaron Rodgers to rise to any occasion. I will trust Tom Brady to rise to every single occasion. I will take Tom Brady to beat Aaron Rodgers.
I'm going Green Bay. I think they have more, I don't even want to say more pieces, but just more stability, it seems like right now. I don't know what it seems like with Tampa, but they're just kind of shaky.
Yeah.
And Tom, I'm not sure what I'm getting from Tom, honestly. The receiving core, I mean, Mike Evans is out this week.
Chris Godwin's still out. Russell Gage is still out. So
I'll take Aaron and the Packers.
All right. Rams at the Cardinals. We both like the Rams there. It's going to be close, but I mean the Rams have won I think 10 of the last 11 or something like that against the Cardinals. I'll take the Rams to keep it going.
Yeah, Rams.
Falcons and Seahawks. I like the Seahawks. You like the Falcons.
This is such a bad game.
Yeah, it's going to be a really bad game. It's going to suck when one of us gets burned on it.
It comes out. I don't like Geno Smith.
I don't either.
But I
think I like the stability, and there's still some pieces in Seattle. I think top to bottom, Seattle has a better roster than Atlanta.
Yeah.
And at least Geno's a little bit more of a veteran. He's not quite as erratic running the football, which means his lows aren't going to go as low as Mariota's. Granted, his highs aren't going to go as high, but I like the steadiness of Seattle a little bit more than Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't know. This is just one of those games where
you just got to go with your gut. Hope you're right.
Yeah.
All right, Buffalo at Miami. We both like Buffalo here.
Convincingly, too.
I think they're just incredible. I don't think it takes away anything from Miami. I think Buffalo is just incredible.
Yeah.
All right, Chiefs at Colts. We're both going to take the Chiefs here. The Colts aren't a very good football team, quite frankly. I think the pass rush is going to get to Matt Ryan. They lack dynamic playmakers on the edge outside of Michael Pittman, who was hurt last week. Who knows if he'll be back. Chiefs have all that and more.
And, I mean, have we doubted Mahomes watching him this season yet? I mean, you've watched him, and he's been the same electric, makes every throw, gets out of the pocket, moves everything. He has not lost a single step yet, and I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Andy Reid and Mahomes in September are just money, so we'll go with the Chiefs.
Absolute powerhouse.
Bengals at Jets. We both like the Bengals pretty handily. I think the Jets was a little bit of lightning in a bottle last week with Joe Flacco, and do I really think Joe Flacco's going to go in there and win again? I don't.
Especially against a Bengals team. I mean, you got Joe Burrow, you got Jamar Chase.
You back eventually.
You have so much in Cincinnati. I mean, they've just had a disappointing 2 weeks, I think is all it comes down to.
I think they'll be fine.
Pump the brakes on the Cincinnati hate. I mean, they'll get back
I think they'll at least be back to wild card level competition. They're a good football team.
They'll be competing with Baltimore.
Texans at the Bears. We're split on this one too. So I'm going to take the Texans. You'll take the Bears, and neither of us feel pretty good about it.
I feel horrible.
I think the Texans can at least they have something that they're good at. They can run the football pretty effectively, and their secondary is okay. I'm not sure I can say that there's two at least above average units in Chicago.
Yeah.
For that reason, I'll go Texans. Again, I don't feel strongly about it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just really hoping to win the week here. So I'm looking for something that might be,
a little spark plug.
Yeah, something just to get some momentum. The Bears win, that would be great for me.
I've got three more real quick here. Nothing too crazy. Jags at Chargers. I think that one's pretty easily the Chargers.
Yeah.
I think the Jags are good, but they're not at that level yet.
Oh, not even close.
49ers at the Broncos. We went back and forth on this one. We both took the Niners. I think they're a little more steady right now. Jimmy's been there for a couple years. He knows the system. I'm not sure how I feel about Russ. I mean, to be honest, I love Russ. He looks old right now. He's not moving around quite as well. I'm not sure what I'm getting.
He's aging for sure.
I think the 49ers are a more stable team. I think they're going to get some guys back from injury. We both like the Niners.
49ers, yeah.
All right, finally, we got on Monday Night Football the Cowboys at the Giants. I never thought I'd look at this game and pick the Giants, but here we are.
The Cowboys have that bad of a roster, yes.
The roster's pretty bad, and I don't think Cooper Rush, he's a backup, right? He can come in and win you a game or two. Do I think he's going to be able to go on the road in division prime time and beat the Giants who are playing really good defense? I don't. So we'll take the Giants there.
Yeah, I mean, barely, but I mean, still the Giants. That's one of those games where it's just going to be.
Right.
I
So
mean, it's going to look like a tire fire from the beginning.
it's going to be bad on both sides. So to kind of review, we're split on